I was working a DoorDash shift this week, and I was out in LA near Hollywood, in Hollywood, West Hollywood at that, pretty deep in there. And edibles are nothing to fuck with. Everybody knows this. Everybody should know this. But I should know this, especially. Let me not say everybody. Forget everybody. I'm trying to dodge the accountability. I should know that edibles are nothing to play with. But I learned this week. I really learned. I learned me a good lesson on why you do not take too much of a substance that you do not usually take. Even if that substance is close to something that you normally take, like weed. I smoke weed. I was just smoking. I feel great right now. But when they convert cannabis into a pill form, like I took, and each pill is 25 milligrams, and then I'm sitting there thinking, well, this is nothing. Like, I mean, shit, 25 milligrams. Like, dude, 25 milligrams, that is literally nothing. And I thought I had a proper gauge on my edibles because, the last time I took 100 milligram cookie, it didn't really do anything. But then when I got over to 200 milligrams, that's when I actually started to feel it. And I guess maybe I forgot what it was like to feel edibles. I don't know what happened, but I have this prescription bottle of THC pills, indica THC pills. And I ended up taking first 4, so that's 100 milligrams. And this was pretty dumb. And in hindsight, I actually fucked up the dosage. And actually, yeah, I definitely fucked up the dosage. I don't know how I messed up my math so bad. But actually, I messed up my math because I was taking these cannabis pills while driving. Basically, I ended up taking about 16. So first I took 4, and then I took 15. So that's about, 19 cannabis pills. And this was on, I believe, I don't even know, Wednesday? Thursday? No, I believe this was Thursday. And dude, so if I took that much, what is that? 4 plus 15, that's 19, 25 milligrams each. So every 4 is 100 milligrams. So if every 4 is 100, then 4, 8, 12, 16, that's at least 400. And then just a couple small 25, so that's like 450. That's nearly 500 milligrams, or about 500 milligrams of THC straight. And at 500 milligrams, a full 500 milligrams, oh yeah, you are tripping balls for sure. That is a death sentence. And I was driving, and that wasn't the issue really. I mean, yes, I was too high, but I eventually stopped driving when I was apparent that I was too high. And the too high feeling didn't even kick in for it probably didn't kick in until maybe hour 4 or 5. Because I was cool. At first, it was the daytime, and this was after I took about 19. It was daytime, it was sunny, and then I just started to feel the buzz, your whole just you just start buzzing. You just when you get on a good edible high, head to toe, you just feel it. For some reason, when you smoke weed normally, it's mostly a head high and then a chest and body high. And that actually makes sense because it's going into your lungs, and because, you're breathing, and that's what you're feeling. And so the effects of the cannabis do go over your entire body, but you most viscerally feel the effect over, your lungs and your head. But when you take edibles, that thing goes from head to toe. Your entire body is infected and you are now a zombie. And that shit, I mean, it feels amazing in the beginning, but dude, it just started to ramp up and up and up. And I didn't notice that it was the weed doing this. I thought I was just, I don't know. I just thought I was in another state, and I knew I had taken those pills. It's not that I forgot, but it's that I guess I thought that I had only taken 200. For some reason, my math got so janky that I thought that 16 was actually the equivalent to what 8 would have been. I don't know how I thought that 16 pills would have been 200 milligrams. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, it was strange. Like, I got it into my head, like, yo, yeah, I actually don't want to get fucked up off of this. So, like, but not fucked up in the sense of, like, you know, I can't drive, can't move, can't operate. You know, I'm a pothead. I can gauge this. 200 milligrams. I'm going to take that and I'll be good. But no, I ended up taking basically a whole Cordova cookie. If you're from California and if you remember basically pre-Prop 64, which is the legalization of cannabis, pre-2016, and no, not pre, but just post-2016 and before it, all before it, the era before it, Prop 215 era, edibles were insane. You had 500 milligram, 1,000 milligram, 2,000 milligram edibles, 3,000, maybe even 3,000 milligram edibles just sold in shops like a regular thing. Maybe not up to 3,000, but definitely 2,000, up to 2,000. And dude, again, when we would buy those things, we would, you know, I would buy them with my friends. I would take a 500 milligram cookie, split it with a whole bunch of homies, and then we just get baked. You're just baked. And you only take a piece. And yeah, maybe here and there, maybe we took a half, or maybe took a half. I don't think I ever went and maybe I did, maybe one time go crazy and take the whole edible. But that was, again, when I really knew, okay, I'm about to get fucked up. Like, I know this, but I just messed up my dosage and I didn't know how fucked up I was getting. So I'm in LA, basically out there just tripping, and it's ramping up, and eventually it's nighttime now. It's maybe like 10 or 11 o'clock. And my vision's getting foggy. My mind is racing, and it's nice, and I'm stoned, but I'm like, oh my gosh, like my vision's getting foggy. I'm starting to get a little paranoid. I'm like, okay, what the fuck's going on? And then my car, which normally has issues, it's an old car. It's a 2009 Prius, and this thing has 240,000 miles. Now, the issue with that is, the normal issues that I have with my car, I'm cool with. I know exactly what to do with them. When my car starts beeping, when my car starts doing stuff, I'm good. I know what to do. But this time I was so stoned, I thought my car was totaled. I thought that, okay, so first of all, I pull up to this like side street off Melrose, and I stop. And when I stop, my car makes this noise that it usually makes when it's out of coolant. And I would normally know to be like, oh, okay, let me just put some coolant in and just dip out. Maybe it needs some oil too. I'll take care of that tomorrow, but I'll have to drive slow right now. And I guess I just forgot that and overreacted, panicked. So I started seeing my car beep. I park. And after that, for some strange reason, I thought my car was going to explode. I was so high. I felt like physically, I could feel energy coming from my car. I thought my car's catalytic converter had been pierced or something. And I thought that, like, I don't know, maybe it was just releasing gas and it was just about to just be 1 second and boom, it would just explode. I was tripping. Totally tripping. My car was totally fine. It was literally doing exactly what it always does when it's out of coolant. I forgot. And so now starts this whole saga where I basically had to call my brother to pick me up. He picks me up about 2 hours later. In the meantime, I was getting banged on. I was getting like, kind of like, whatever, like just dudes were like they were in this apartment complex across the street from where I was at. They were yelling over towards me. There were dudes who were kind of like basically walking down the street, and maybe I was stoned and I was just like making this up because I was off Melrose, but it was nighttime and there are hoods everywhere. And it's like, bro, I don't know what was going on. So yeah, I was sitting in my car first and I'm just parked on the street. I parked it over to like the side of basically on Melrose, because I was on a street off Melrose, just in the middle of the street, pretty much. I mean, a little bit off to the side so that other cars could pass, but in the middle of the street, not a real parking spot because there were no parking spots. And so, yeah, I finally ended up parking it around the corner from there. My brother picks me up. And even when he picks me up, I was like, bro, I think my car is going to explode. I don't know. And I was really scared to go back into the car. I was tripping because I had a bunch of stuff in my car and I didn't want to leave all that stuff in LA. So I just was like, okay, just in case anything happens to this car overnight while I just go, because my brother came, he believed me that my car might have had some issue. And so, yeah, basically he was just trying to help me out and get me away from the car so that we could then figure out whatever we have to do, sell it, whatever. And yeah, I even went as far as to just take out all my personal effects from the car because I thought, hey man, it's LA. I don't know, shit. It could get stolen. It could get broken into overnight, whatever. So let me just do that. I really was convinced the car was totaled, done, even though I had moved the car from where it was to around the corner to park it. Like in that time, yes, I was scared that it would explode, but I was like, okay, I at least need to do this and just get out of here. If it explodes, fuck it. But at least I need to do this. I made some rationale that it's like my normal mind rationale was fighting to just tell me like, bro, you are tripping. But yeah, my stone paranoid rationale just made me call my mom and then call a tow truck, and the tow truck guy was like, yeah, it's gonna be $750 to take it back to your house. And I'm like, fuck that. And then, well, not really, actually, I was really trying to pay it, but then I called my people, my family, and then they're just like, dude, we don't have any of that money, you're broke, like what are you doing, you idiot? And then I'm just like, okay. So then, yeah, my brother had to come pick me up, and that is the story of how I took way too many THC pills and almost either sold my car because of that. I was so afraid until the next day that the car didn't run. I mean, we had to then do a whole bunch of hoops. Like I had to basically get the car sent to a dealership, which I was able to do for free. And then from the dealership, I was able to pick it up. And then as soon as I got into the car, actually before I got into the car, I opened up the hood and I started it. And I had one of the workers there who was just tending to the cars, just like, basically cleaning them. This is a Toyota dealership. And I had him say, just come listen to the car. Does it sound okay? He said, yeah, man, it sounds normal. What the fuck? And then, so he sends me on my way. They sent me on my way. They didn't even charge me for taking the car there. Thank God. I actually wasn't charged in this entire thing except for the transportation of getting back into LA so that I could get my car, because my brother didn't take me. So I had to go basically with a Metrolink. But that was cool because I was able to like kind of read and kind of just like, I didn't even read that much. I took my book, but I didn't read that much. I probably read probably a page. But I was able to just clear my head because I was stoned as fuck. So that ride basically into off Melrose, it took about probably like 2 hours because I had to take a Metrolink, and then I took into Union Station, and then I took the bus system, and the railway system over to the dealership. It was off Hollywood and Vine, and I'm just very grateful that those people didn't charge me and didn't try to aggressively hold my car and get me through a sales pitch. They were kind of busy. Plus I'm black. So they probably just assume that, I don't know, just people be assuming weird shit. So yeah, man. Moral of the story is edibles, if you have a tolerance, are wonderful. They're actually great. Edibles, when you don't have a tolerance, are wonderful. They're actually great. But and of course, viewer discretion advised. you better be 18 or older if you're watching this. Oh wait, hold on. I don't know if I have my mature audience thing. But yeah, this is for mature audiences only. And so you guys make your own decisions if you're mature, and if you're not, tune the fuck out. But yeah. Basically, watch your doses. My closest friend would not be here again if he didn't watch his doses. That made no sense. Okay, I was trying to rhyme, but I don't have the time. You see what I did? No, that's awful. Nah, but seriously though, all right, yeah. Those are the two stories of this week. And of course, I was streaming and working throughout the other parts of the week.